One on a car guy, oneonacarguy.com, 28,000 mile GTA. I've got some help over here today, so it ought to be interesting. I don't have help here today. Breeder! I guess he's gone. This is the second shot. Where she got him outside of? Huh. Are you joking me? Where in the fuck is this guy at? Fucking seriously? What's up, dude? You just sitting out there. You just sitting out there for like 15 minutes while I was walking around. Finally, I just waved goodbye to you and went inside.
Really?
Yeah, really?
That was on my phone, I'm sorry.
No, that's cool.
Coming out,
I'm like, well, fuck, that's not him. He's probably still eating. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
You're in Point Loma?
Yeah. I drove out here early. I got out here.
Yeah, she said she was here at 6:30.
And there was no traffic, though.
I don't think you hit any coming this way.
No.
I think it's all going that way.
That's what I realized. Well,
yeah.
To be safe than sorry. Then I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, I gotta use the restroom. And then I don't like to go into a store.
You still got to use the bathroom?
Not buy anything. No.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Starbucks. I used the restroom, and then I had to get a coffee. And then she called me. He's like, he's there. I'm like, okay. Just pull up to the gate. He'll see your car and come get you. I'm like, okay.
Okay, I don't know this stuff. You might have to ask her. I know this one. So, buffer. You've ran a buffer?
Yeah.
Like a high-speed one, not a little wibble-wobble one.
No. I use
like a. You look like a grinder.
Yeah, like a grinder one. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2 handles.
Funny how it starts raining today. The only time.
Right.
Okay, what I've got is a couple 3 yards like this down here. And like, let's say all this stuff's detailed out and online, and like this and this isn't. It kind of ran when it's set. So that cranks. Maybe I'll mess around with a little injection stuff and see if I can get it fired up.
Right.
That I've got to bleed the brakes on. It's actually sold. Went to go get the guy out of here. We went on test drive. Brakes went to the floor and it don't work. I didn't have the right wrench to bleed the back brakes, and I'm thinking I can start with that. Huh?
And your line wrench?
No, it's just a regular wrench. I just didn't have it.
Oh, okay.
Probably it's less than a ½ inch. I would like to try and bleed these real quick. I can dink around on a lot of things myself. Bleeding brakes ain't one of them unless I go buy one of the little tools. The light ain't coming on no more and they're getting a little grippage. If it's the master cylinder, if it's the power booster, you can replace that, right?
The brakes went to the floor after it.
Yeah, all these things sit. And they were a little...
Sometimes on these old cars, you need to pump them up after.
Nah.
No? It needs to be wet?
I don't know. It needs something. I'll put it this way. When I opened it, the whole back reservoir was dry.
Oh, okay.
So I've topped it all off, got it going. We actually bled the fronts because I had a wrench while the customer was here. And we went on a test drive. And I mean, it's the kind of thing where you go, psh, and if you wanted to stop at 30 from here to that car, you'd be lucky. So, and it's a lot of weight rolling down. And then he came back 10 minutes after he left. He says, Nathan, I was getting on the freeway. I had to turn the car off and use the emergency brake and everything. He goes, it just wasn't stopping. So it could be just needing, because the fluid was all gone, it could just need to be started. If you ain't bleeding it from the back, that's where all the air is, not in the front. I just didn't have the right wrench. So I guess we give it a shot, and then if not, it's probably power booster or master cylinder. The next question. How do you think you're going to be at replacing that piece? I haven't even looked yet. Oh yeah, that just comes right off there, unplugs.
The prime?
Yeah, that'll come right off. There we go. Cool. Yeah, that'll keep us from doing anything. Okay, cool. So hopefully the rain don't get too crazy. This would be by about the next hour and a half. Oh good, I've got them right there. So that's the kind of buffer you've used, right? The more serious looking kind.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Looks like grinder.
Gotta tell people to dry the car off, or I have to do it. I shouldn't have to tell somebody to dry the car off, though. Well, you can stick it on there, and that's the one we're going to use. Where'd it go? Oh, you got it over there. Well, that comes off.
Ah. Okay.
Gotcha. You didn't know that. I didn't know. I was confused.
I thought we were gonna change the whole end off. Okay. That makes sense. Now we're working.
With these, everybody will tell you not to tie a knot in your cord, but tie a knot in your cord with this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier than having it come out a couple dozen times. Okay. That's the most aggressive that I have. And I also have a pretty aggressive compound here.
Are you using white polishing compound?
I'm using stuff I mix.
Oh, okay.
And if I could find a nice big... Do you see an open end in wrench anywhere while you were cleaning this mess? There we go. That'll work. And this one's pretty fresh here, so not really much. Okay. So here's where it gets odd. I want to explain a little bit about what I want done to it, how I want it done, but the main thing I'm going to do is explain for people that are watching, if that makes sense, because people like to... Nobody knows how to take that to their car, some of them, it just depends. One Owner Car Guy, oneownercarguy.com, and going to do a little bit of the actual 450 SL buffing. And I got a little help to where I can get some up-close zoom like that, of parts like that. I'm just going to grab a random part here on the hood for the heck of it, say right here, and I'm going to do that piece, and then I'm actually going to do a piece down here in this to where you can see how it pulls all this calcification, the stuff that you actually have to scratch off there, and see how it does at that. So, better yet, we'll do a piece right here and right here where we're all even, and I can stay up on it. Here's the focus. Okay. And just keep it decent. Basically, I want it far enough away that I don't spray wax all over it. Get it up close on it if you could, to where they can see how the surface looks before we do anything to it. And then you got your wax on there. Definitely rub it around a bit to where it sprays around less. Turn your buffer all the way down.